Jimmy Page reviews the new and old sounds in this week's edition of Blind Date. He was both intrigued and pleased by the album tracks chosen for his blind date session, especially with Les Paul and Mary Ford, and Merle Travis rarities. "Where did you get these from?" Jimmy demanded. "They all came from a private collection and they are all now unfortunately deleted from the Capitol catalog." "I don't know who it is, but it's bloody good. She's got a lovely purity to her voice. Is it Fairport Convention? Didn't they do Chelsea Morning? Oh, Dave Swarbrick's in this group. He's a damn fine violinist, and the girl must be Sandy Denny. If the rest of the album is as good as this, it should be a big seller for them. It would make someone a very nice Christmas present."
My baby, she got one of them little bell. Boys in that little bed don't support her.
It's contemporary and sounds like an old blues singer who's got together in the studio with a drummer. It's a bit difficult. I can't really tell who it is. "Who is it? Bukka White? Well, I can't believe it. Who was responsible? Own up. It really suffers from modern-day recording techniques. For a start, on the old records the washboard was right up close to the guitar, and I'm sorry to say there is none of the richness in sound he had before. It's impossible to recreate the old recording sound because the old equipment has gone.
You're the hello and a welcome.
Peddlers is it? His voice doesn't knock me out, it's always so false. He never sounds convincing. I've never heard him sing a note that sounded convincing, but I'll say that they always try very hard. That wah-wah organ is derived from the Pretty Things. They did that first. I know they are all good musicians, but they never move me. As far as their following goes, I suppose they have got the agency scene really sewn up. Talk of the Town and the Morecambe and Wise Show, etc. Personally, I wouldn't think that will be a hit. Les Paul. He's the man who started everything, multi-track recording, the electric guitar, he's just a genius. I think he was the first to use a 4-track, or was it an 8-track recording machine? I met him once and apparently he started multi-track recording in about 1945. Jeff Beck and myself have always dug him, and poor old Woot Steenhouse has dedicated his life to emulating Les Paul and he'll never top him. The only trouble with these records is that Mary Ford's voice dates them a bit. It's back to the early 50s and K-Star. Even so, it's very subtle and nice. Les Paul played brilliantly at the right speed as well as finger tremolo and feedback. He did all these things years ago. He has the whole concept in his head of the straight guitar solo and the multi-tracking. The finished product is totally incredible. It's Blue Smoke by Merle Travis. Great. He's really into it, isn't he? I suppose not many people in England have heard of him or know that Chet Atkins took his style from him, lock, stock and barrel. I like him because he has a sense of humor to his playing and occasionally he makes a mistake. Chet Atkins is so cut and dried and clinical. This must be pretty old. It could be 1958 or even 55. He's got a really nice country blues feel. I know who it is, it must be Charlie Christian. Guitarists from this period could have done a lot more if they had better rhythm sections. All the drummers used to chug along with a 2-beat, and it makes you wonder how the old guitarists would have sounded with today's drummers. So much has happened to drumming in the last 10 years, and when you get a heavy drummer backing, you just explode. Quite frankly, I never listened to Charlie Christian much. I listened to Les Paul and all the blues guitarists, B.B. King, Bukka White and Elmore James, plus all the early rock guitarists. Who is it? Well, I've never heard of Eddie Lang before, but I know Lonnie Johnson. This reminds me of the Gypsy Players in Paris and gives me an image of women walking around with 4 or 5 skirts. They travel with all their clothes on. It conjures up an image for me of the bars and bistros, drinking wine and eating French bread, although I know this has nothing to do with that. I suppose I was thinking of Django Reinhardt. This is more into New Orleans and country blues. So much of it is relevant to today's guitar music, and it's so much damn good listening.